Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing, people of the interwebs, on this lovely Saturday? Hope you guys are enjoying the weekend. I'm working through it, so I'm playing some Pokemon and having a good time. Having a good time. It's getting close to the end of summer. I know for some people, summer lasts 1.5 years. That's just kind of how it is sometimes. People in the South generally have really long summers of 100 something degrees constantly. I know that some people up in the North, they struggle to deal with 80-degree weather, which is kind of a fascinating thing. But today we are going to continue grinding up molasses. She's getting pretty close to being able to carry our team and do all the things that she needs to do. And then Chicken, we'll figure out what we're gonna do with Chicken, because Chicken's pretty far behind, but Chicken will be a valuable asset later. So, I believe for the most part I was going down this route, but I think we could maybe try. Oh no, I did start doing the cycling road stuff. So let's go continue doing that. Also, I just realized how annoying that Pokemon Center or Pokemart is to get to. And yeah, so let us go on our journey. So I wanted to talk about something today. While I was at work, I was just thinking about it. And I wanted to talk about movies you didn't expect to be as good as they were. So, what do I mean by that? So, you go to a movie, maybe it was when you were younger, or maybe it's like more recently, you go see it with your friends. You didn't really care to go see this movie, but your friends were super down for it, and you're like, whatever, I'm here. Like, I can watch this movie. And then you go watch the movie, and you're like, oh my gosh, that movie was amazing. Or you just think that the movie is better than you expected it to be. So an example of that for me would be Kung Fu Panda. I genuinely thought Kung Fu Panda was one of the dumbest ideas I had ever heard. Like and I'm going to be honest, the trailers, animated movie trailers, for the most part, I think are actually terrible. I don't think that they're quite as good about. That's annoying. Showing off what exactly the movie's gonna be about or selling the movie itself. Uh, and I'll get into an example of that in a moment. Okay, I do have to switch out because I'm slightly under. Get the confusion. Let's go! Alright, and then we'll go to Betasol. So, Kung Fu Panda, when I saw that movie, and the second one as well, I didn't think that they could do it twice. I was like, wow, this movie is super, like, this movie's gonna suck. This movie's gonna be mediocre. Like, there's no way. I didn't really like a lot of Jack Black stuff pre-Kung Fu Panda. I know School of Rock is considered super good, and Nacho Libre is like really loved by some people, but I don't know. I just never really liked a lot of his comedy. But man, the like everyone was firing on all cylinders for that movie, and that's one of those rare instances where I don't think that there's a single lacking part of that movie. Like the characters are great, the music's awesome, the visuals are insane. Now, I think that the visuals in the second one are way better, but it's still impressive. Especially considering it's the first one. And I know some people will be like, well, How to Train Your Dragon also looks really good. But How to Train Your Dragon 1 compared to How to Train Your Dragon 2 looks is night and day, right? Like, How to Train Your Dragon 2 looks significantly better. Like, it's not even close with how much better the second one looks. While with Kung Fu Panda 1 to 2, while I do think 2 looks better, 1 still looks fantastic. It's a speed tie, really? Interesting. It still looks incredible. But I do somewhat want to transition into movie trailers because that's an interesting thing. So one of the speaking of other animated movie that was way better than it had any right to be, Megamind. So Megamind is nowadays considered like it's a cult classic, right? And that movie's phenomenal as well. But it did not do all that great during its time in the theater. Now, there's a couple different like speculations for that as to why that's the case. But you want to know what I think it really is? I think it's because the trailer for that movie is one of the worst trailers for kids. Not in terms of like it's a bad trailer for them to watch, but trying to get your kid interested with those trailers, and I'll get to what those trailers were in just a sec, is insane. So what they decided to do was hype up Will Ferrell as Megamind versus, oh, who was it as Metro Man? Oh, it was like a big actor at the time. Chris, no, not Chris. Doesn't really matter. See, I don't even remember who it was. I think it was Brad Pitt. I'm pretty sure it was Brad Pitt, actually. It was Will Ferrell versus Brad Pitt. And that's all the trailers would say. But if you're a kid, right? You're a 7, 8-year-old kid, which is not 100% where that movie's audience or targeted audience was. But animated movies in the US are generally considered for kids. And that's where a lot of your money's gonna go. So for animation, it's kind of changing nowadays, but especially back then in the I see. I think I'm actually gonna go for a growl real quick. And I didn't damage you, so revenge is gonna do nothing. And then we'll go for the confusion. So, when you're trying to get these kids, who is quote-unquote your primary demographic, you are going to struggle when they have literally zero idea at who these people are. Like, I had no idea who Brad Pitt was. I somewhat knew who Will Ferrell was. The only reason I knew Will Ferrell, though, was because he was in movies like Elf, Land of the Lost. Granted, I think Land of the Lost might have come out after Megamind. I don't remember when that one came out. But Anchorman, which is not meant for kids. And you're expecting them to be like, oh, sweet, it's the battle of the century. Rather than going in on the battle of good versus evil. I know it's cliche, but to kids, they don't know the cliches yet. They have yet to figure that out. And if you look at the competition for that year, right? The competition for that year was won by Despicable Me. Now, credit where credit is due, Despicable Me 1 was actually pretty good. I know people hate Despicable Me now, and they hate the Minions, and all that stuff, but Despicable Me 1 was actually pretty good. I will stand by that. It is not a movie that's like actual garbage like some of the later ones are. Because the later ones, I understand. Like, Despicable Me, or my bad, Minions and The Rise of Gru were not very good movies. Not very good whatsoever. They didn't have the soul or the heart to make them interesting, lasting, all sorts of different things. But if I had to compare Despicable Me versus Megamind nowadays, I'd say Megamind's the better movie by far. But Megamind is not the one that has a million spin-offs. It has a single sequel and a TV show, and the sequel is abhorrent. Like, it got memed on to hell and back. And same with the TV show. Because they didn't really try. They didn't really know who or what Megamind was about. Now, I will say that Megamind is 100% aimed at adults, like the story itself. But it's not the first time that DreamWorks, who's the studio that makes it, has done something like that. Their huge claim to fame is Shrek. And Shrek, sure, can be seen as a kid's film. It's an everybody film. Anyone can watch and enjoy Shrek. And Megamind is in that same boat. You have the silly, goofy Titan. I don't remember what his name is pre-Titan. Hal, that's it. And then you have Megamind, who's just a goofball. And Will Ferrell kills it as Megamind. And Minion's awesome for kids. Like, you get the cool toy, and you have the little fish guy. And it's crazy to me that it lost out to Despicable Me. Because, okay, so let me do a little bit of math real quick before so it's doing about, 67 damage divided by 2 is gonna be like 33, and then poison damage shouldn't kill me. I still have to hit as well. And I should worry about self-destruct. But we're chilling. We are chilling. Hideo. I should just fly. What am I doing? Back to Megamind, though. But Megamind lost. But I also think that Despicable Me had way better commercials than Megamind did. Because Despicable Me had the song Despicable Me, and it showed this goofy-looking Steve Carell, like, strange-looking character. Granted, Megamind is also strange. Just being a complete douchebag and loving it. Loving every second of it. And it's entertaining, it's funny. And the tagline just, Despicable Me, like at the end where, like, that's the lyrics that the song's saying, and you get to see the logo. Like, that commercial was amazing. But then, you look at the Megamind one. Will Ferrell versus Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt versus Will Ferrell. Who will lose? Or who will win? And the, like, icing on top, that's not even what the movie is about. the movie is not about that whatsoever. It is about Megamind finding his purpose in life and discovering that he can be good. He may have had some missteps along the way in his childhood, but he can be good. And nope. And Brad Pitt's not even a bad guy. He's not even like a main character. Sure, he's very prevalent at the beginning, but he goes away very quickly. And then he's gone. Like, he's just not in the movie anymore for the most part. And that's what they decided to make the advertising about. It didn't show off any of, like, the silly humor. It did show off, like, a little bit of Megamind being a goober. Amnesia, if this was Gen 1, all day. All day. But this is not Gen 1. Alright, and I'm not gonna keep you in because you hurt. You damaged. We just send in the Rocky. We're so good against the poison types. It's insane. The toxicity cannot affect us. Except for that is annoying. Extremely annoying. Maybe I should have kept lock on for this, because I'm not going to use... Actually, I'd use most of these moves. Come on, man! Why you gotta be like that? Oh, that's frustrating. Absolutely frustrating. Bro. Bro, I'm at like -5. Like, why? Why you gotta do me like that? You know what, we're gonna go with Sonic Boom. Save Spark power points. Rewarded for optimal. Alright, maybe I go fight all the stupid water trainers now, because that should be all of these guys. But other movies that I thought were way better than they had any right to be, going back to that topic, is, I was not expecting Suicide Squad 2 to be as good as it was. Now, I'm not gonna say it's like a phenomenal film, but it was definitely like an enjoyable experience. I went into it expecting pretty much hot garbage, like the first one, but I was very pleasantly... Did I catch something here? Let's go open the Nuzlocke tool. I don't know if I did. Route tracker. Where am I at? Okay. I definitely caught something in the forest. Where am I? Right. Let me see. Where am I? Route 21. Okay. Where? Okay. It says I haven't. I guess... Who would it have been? It might have been you. No, you said Vermilion. I'm going to assume... Okay, we'll go to Cinnabar. Because I thought maybe I got Execute here. But I don't think Execute actually shows up here. I just want to make sure whether or not I've caught something there. Because if I haven't, then I need to be careful. Okay. 11, 6, Viridian, Pallet, Safari, Celadon, Rock Tower, Route 21. Okay, I have caught something there. Okay, good to know. I thought I did, but I just couldn't remember. I did not remember getting the Tangela, I'm gonna be honest. Tangela, unfortunately, is not a very, memorable Pokemon. Which is a shame. Because it has a design, I guess. For Tangela. And then you get Tangle Growth, which is, like, fine, I guess. Alright. I should be using Headbutt, actually. Alright, we sleep. So, I don't know if you've ever played the Pokemon TCG, right? But my cousin would use this stupid Poliwag that was guaranteed sleep. And I have awful coin flipping luck. Absolute garbage coin flipping luck. And so I would never, ever be able to actually, like, make my Pokemon awake. And usually I'd be, like, super, super far ahead of him. Because I'm, like, okay at the game. And I would just be, like, absolutely bodying him. But he'd get, like, 7 or 8 turns off of that. Now, he wouldn't be making progress either because, like, he's just stalling. But, man, it was frustrating having to work around that. Thank God. It just brings back memories. And usually it could give him enough time to set up his, Blastoise, because he played a water deck, right? Rain Dance Blastoise. A huge, like, extremely busted card. Meanwhile, I was playing... I don't even remember what I played. Random nonsense, I'm pretty sure. I just played, like, semi-efficient attackers, I guess. I don't know, there's not very many. We're just getting smokescreen to death. Smokescreen on smokescreen on smokescreen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just used random stuff. Like, I think I used a lot of normal type Pokemon because I didn't want to worry about my energy cost. So I do... You have poison points? Are you joking? That's annoying. I didn't know you had poison point. Kingdra doesn't have poison point, does it? Or, yeah, Kingdra. That's insane. Well, it's not, like, absurdly good, but that's, like, aggravating. I guess you are spiky. Like, I can kind of see it, I guess. That... Huh. I guess you learn something new every day, and today, my knowledge that I learned is that it has poison point. Seadra has poison point. Huh. Too bad that ability isn't good. But I thought, okay. I'm pretty sure Kingdra has Swift Swim and Sniper, I want to say. I think. I know it has Swift Swim, like 100%, because it's like a busted Swift Swim sweeper in certain various generations that rain is legal. Or like okay, when permanent rain is actually just rain in general. Permanent rain, it's I think considered one of the best sweepers for that for Politoed. Before it got like I think they're banned together now, like you can't use both. Alright, here's the question. Does a Slowpoke beat a Starmie. Like, you might think, of course not. But here's the thing. Starmie doesn't have good moves to hit Slowpoke. I'm pretty sure. Like, Swift is its best move for this. Dang it. I guess Supersonic is pretty good. Come on, Molasses. Come on, Molasses. I just want you to evolve. Rapid Spin. Very good move. It's crazy to me that they let Rapid Spin get a speed boost in modern gens. Like, that's absurd. Oh, come on. Don't crit. Cool. But, like, when I first found that, I think it's Gen 8 is when they added that. I was losing my mind, because Rapid Spin's already, like, a really good move. Sure. Awful base power. Yeah, I don't want you to evolve yet, though, my guy. B. Yeah, you're not ready yet. 2 more levels, I think. I hope. I really, really hope. Just so I don't have to, like... I just want Psychic earlier. I don't always do this, because I'm like, they'll learn it eventually. But... Confusion sucks. Like, especially at this point in the game. And I just want to... Just in case... I want to have access to Psychic. Just in case everything goes terribly wrong. And I do a dumb again. Because I definitely did a dumb before. And I lost valuable party members. And, it sucks. Why did I do that? I thought it was down there. It's not. It's fine. I'm pretty sure Headbutt does more damage than Confusion, just because our special attack is terrible. Headbutt has way more base power. And even though we have Stab on Confusion, I'm pretty sure that just gets it to 60 BP. Because I think okay, so Headbutt I think is 80. It might be 75. Okay. So they're gonna be... So Confusion's slightly stronger in terms of base power. But it's worse... Really? Okay. It's worse in terms of stats. Like, the stats are so close... Or the base power is so close that the stats matter more. Since there's such a big discrepancy. And for those who don't know, I've used the same type on a Pokemon. So, like, you use a water move on a water Pokemon, you get a 1.5 times multiplier to your base power. So, use those stabs, man. And stab stands for same type attack bonus. I should have bought some, or not repels, potions. Just so I don't have to go back to the Pokemon Center every time. Goldie. That's annoying. Okay, please. Okay, I'm going to... See, either this is going to be a max power flail that I'm going to give her. I don't think it'll kill. God, that's so much damage. I was, like, worried that it would do a lot of, like... It was at that point where I was, like... I was debating using Surf just to make sure it didn't do a million damage. Wait, did they add a Pokemon Center to Seafoam? I just saw the, like, grayed out dot that usually means Pokemon Center. Alright, I'm going to buy stuff at the Pokemon Center. Or Pokemart. Going to buy stuff Alright, but other underrated movies. Or not underrated movies. Movies that you weren't expecting to be good until you watch them. And you're like, dang, this is really good. Hold on, let me... I don't think I'll need many of you, so we'll just get 5. Just in case. Do you only have the expensive stuff? So much money. I wish I had the amulet coin. Give me stuff. That's facts. That's why I'm purchasing stuff right now. Okay. Underrated movies. I also wasn't expecting the Spider-Man movie, or No Way Home, to be as good as it was. I know there's like the craziness with having the previous Spider-Mans returning and whatnot, but it's kind of crazy to me that, so this one I think Infusion's better just because Shelter has pretty good physical defense. But, what was I saying? My thoughts have evaded me. They have gone into the wind. No Way Home. But I pretty much, like, concluded that after Endgame and Far From Home, that MCU movies were just gonna be trash. And for the most part, I was correct. But those movies kind of proved the opposite. And really, you gonna do me dirty like that with the double protect? Okay, Cloyster. Okay. Yeah, no triple protect for you. Just wasting my time, and now you're gonna protect again. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I really like that animation because the background's really cool. I just wish that the move was a little bit better. Also, okay. I know I'm getting distracted a lot. That's just kind of who I am, though. I don't like that when they move to 3D, some of, like, the moves animations in general just don't look as cool anymore. So, Aurora Beams, like, or a lot of the beam moves, actually, are culprits of this, because they're just, like, generic beam at this point of various different color. Some of them aren't as bad, like Signal Beam's still kind of cool because it's still like all blocky. What was I stuck on? I guess I was stuck on him, but it was weird timing. Cedra. But Ice Beam, like just generic, it has like the ice sound effect. Hyper Beam's like kind of different. Kind of. Aurora Beam's like alright now. It's just like, I feel like we lost a lot of the magic from 2D to 3D. But there are some things that are like really dope about having 3D. One, having the Pokemon follow you is a lot easier for them to implement, I believe. And that's why we see it in a lot more current games instead of it just being in Heart Gold, Soul Silver for the 2D games. Oh, we're so close. Do I dare? I wish that, okay, Acid I think reduces. Fine. Fine. I was gonna say, I wish that, your Pokemon... Okay. Let me finish the thoughts. We will go one by one. Alright, I wish that, your Pokemon could, like, kind of gain a tolerance to status effects in PvE if they've been hit by them enough times. Like, that'd be really nice, Game Freak, if you could just make it so if your Slowpoke gets poison on the constant, then it could potentially heal itself. Alright, we're gonna go from the top now. From Pallet Town. We're so close. I'm gonna be so sad if Slowpoke doesn't get Psychic at 39. I'm gonna be so sad, because that means I did all this grinding and I still have to keep going. Because I don't want to do, like, constant grinding. There's a lot of stuff we could do at this point, but I just want the move. And I also want to be able to, like, start switch training Zapdos, or not Zapdos, Chicken. Because Chicken would be really, really nice for a lot of different fights. Oh, you don't think I'm gonna actually fight you? You're so slow. You're so slow. Like, I know it's in your name, but come on, man. And you don't even one-shot. I should have headbutted. Told myself it does more damage. It's probably close with super effective. Because that's ×2, but even then, the stat discrepancy is huge. Which game lets you do that? Like, talk to the people while you're on the water. I don't remember. Also, I know, like, they gave us the ride Pokemon for TMs, but could we not just have swimming lessons? Could that not just be an answer? Legitimately, they could just have us, like, find the swim instructor and be able to start swimming, right? And then you could have, just in case, that was a max power flail again. Okay, but moment of truth coming up. But you could just have us swim through the ocean, like that'd be kind of sweet. Instead of you guys and your stupid flail. Alright, I may even switch out just okay. Hold on. This is the moment. Alright, I'm gonna look it up real quick, because I need to know this. I need to know. Let's see. Pokemon Leaf Green Slowpoke movesets. Okay. $40. Okay, so 1 off. But just to double check, let's look at Slowbro. 54. Yeah, okay. Worth it. This is worth it. So we just need 1 more level then. Oh, that could have been really bad, but it's fine. Molasses is can clutch this. Clutches it hard. We'll probably call it a day once we get Psychic. It will be a little bit less EXP, but I don't want to risk it. We're so close to greatness. We are so close to obtaining the beloved Psychic on our Psychic Pokemon. Imagine if the other types had a type or a move that was just their type. Like Fire. Molasses is evolving. I guess Ice Beam is close, and same with Fire Blast. And then you have like Leaf Blade. It's not Grass. You have Grass Whistle, I guess. I mean, we did buy those potions, but they're just such big potions. Yeah? Okay. Sorry about that. Saves me time, you know what? Sure. Saving the time sounds good. Right? I'm gonna probably do that literally every time, because it's kind of annoying having to go on the shore in order to talk. Alright, Magikarp, fat chillin'. Although it also gives, like, no EXP. Oh, I'm getting low on headbutts. Okay, that's good to know. Does Magikarp have its gender difference in this one? For those who don't know, it's the feelers, or like the whiskers, or whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna use Confusion. This is gonna be weird, because I believe this guy's gonna have a Gyarados at some point. And when he has the Gyarados, Gyarados has Intimidate, which is gonna cut my attack. So I think Confusion's better. But also, Gyarados has pretty good special defense. So I don't know if that'll work or not. That's interesting. We'll try both. If he does have a Gyarados. I don't know if he does. He could have had like a bunch of Gyarados. Like, he's gotta be awful. Maybe he just doesn't think he can tame the Gyarados, but a team of six straight Gyarados doesn't sound half bad, honestly. Like, you can just go to town on people. Get your really bad move, Hyper Beam. Okay, let's talk about that, actually. So, in OG Generation 1, if Hyper Beam gets the KO, right, it actually... I'm like thinking about it a little bit more. Wait, I thought that was 2 girls in the water. I guess not. Okay, but Hyper Beam, if you get the KO, you get... Perfect, okay. We'll try and take you out, because I think you're the threat. You get... You don't have to do the recharge, right? Now, I think that that's awesome design, because it, like, encourages you to get the... Because if you get Omega punished if you whiff, right? Omega punish, because you're essentially giving up a whole turn. Now, sure, you may have got, like, a decent amount of damage, but a turn's a turn, man. And especially if it, like, doesn't do all that much, because it's, like, a 4 times resist, for instance. Which there's not many that do that. But I think that's a really good idea. Now, there is a caveat to that, though, because there's the idea of... What about nowadays, right? Because now we have offensive monsters that are so absurd that you cannot deal with them, like, easily. But would that make Hyper Beam, like, because it's a huge base power move still. Huge base power. We'll probably just swim around to get the last little bit of EXP. Dang it. But it's... Have I... Yeah, I got Aerodactyl at Cinnabar. Okay. It's kind of insane thinking about it. Like, or... What am I saying? I'm getting distracted. But if you had that, like... And I wouldn't do it for the fire, like, the typed ones. So, like, Blast Burn and stuff like that, I wouldn't do that for, because those types are way better than normal type in terms of offensive power, since it can't be super effective. Now, you could be like, but there's also more things that resist those types. But... Okay, let's see. I want to see if it actually will do it. Like, this will give me enough. Because it's going to be like, yeah. Let's go! Okay, I kind of want. I'm gonna take a look at its stuff in just a sec. We have done it! We now have a psychic move on our Okay, not true. We've had a psychic move, but we have a real one. And, on top of that, I can let this thing evolve now. Behold, the creation of Molasses the Slowbro. Truly, it is a momentous occasion for us to have this beautiful creature. So majestic. It's truly inspiring. Alright, now I want to look at those stats. But first, let's go. I didn't realize there was such a big difference between the two until just now. Like, in terms of size. Alright, so let's heal him up. Alright, and now we can commence with progress, because we'll just start switch training Aerodactyl. No, the A syndrome! Okay. Not what I wanted to do. Come on. Up. Alright, let's look at the stats now. Look at that ridiculous increase in special attack. Like, our special attack before, if you didn't see, was like 40. It doubles, pretty much. Also, I believe we were really, really close to having exact EXP from that level up. That's kind of insane, too. Alright, let's get a little bit of a rundown. You know, we're really heavy on the special attackers. But, you know, we got good old Metal and good old Chicken. I guess Chicken's new, but... And Chicken, you will be who we are training very, very soon. Does Aerodactyl get Rock Slide in this game? It doesn't in Gen 1. If it did, it would be a real Pokemon in Gen 1. Like, and I mean red, blue, and yellow. It has... I'm pretty sure it gets Rock Slide in this one. But that is going to be it for today. We have finally obtained the Psychic. And with that being said, we will be continuing our journey with this tomorrow as well. And the day after that should also be, unless I like get out of work pretty early and I'm feeling pretty good, we'll be keeping the Pokemon grind going for a little bit longer. But we won't be grinding nearly as much because I will feel more safe letting Aerodactyl be at the front and doing switch training now that our team has like a little bit better coverage. Because before we were kind of doomed by any special threat. But now we have a decent special wall in Slowbro, so I feel much more at home, or much more okay with letting Slowbro, or training, like doing this with random trainers, especially because the stat increase so big. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, appreciate it. I don't know if we've had comments yet on any of the videos. I actually haven't checked. I know we've gotten some views, which is surprising. We've had more visitors on the YouTube than the Twitch, but if you are on the YouTube and you want to check me out live, usually I'm streaming somewhere between 5 to 7 Central Standard Time. As usually when I'm working, those are the times I stream, and then on the other days when I'm not working, it's whenever I get there. And then for those who tune into the VOD on the stream, you can go watch the YouTube videos at the Game Breakers. Yeah, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you in the futures.